Okay, very nice. Okay, everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome to this session today. I want to give thanks so much to Jason for this opportunity to be here with you during this really difficult time. Maybe Jason, if you'd like to open the floor. I don't want to put you on the spot, but usually you come in or someone comes in and just shares a little context, but I'm happy to also just jump in.
Okay, so Miles is here, so there's a lot of background music. But Namibia, yeah. All right.
No worries. Also, that's the new normal.
Namibia is great. Let's do it.
Thank you so much, Jason. Thank you. Okay, so welcome everyone. I'm very, very happy, honored, humbled to be with you as we all seek to adjust to kind of what I'm saying, a new normal, at least for now, at least for a shorter period of time. And I think that I want to say before going into context that I understand that people are going to be doing the best they can to kind of come on and participate. Not everybody has, their office that they can go to, so there may be some in and out. There may be actually some background noise. Even though I'm upstairs, there's some kitchen actioning happening downstairs. But what's wonderful about this type of setting is that what it allows for us to do is to really come through and ground ourselves in a familial conversation, in a personal setting. And I think it's a wonderful opportunity to talk about and be in what does leadership mean in this context? What does it mean to be strengthened on a personal level? What does it mean to be reaching out and supporting community? And even what does it take for us to be able to take those steps? Because during these very difficult times when there's a virus spreading that many people don't know how to control, the healthcare system is up for grabs. There is a presidential election coming up. I mean, really, we're in a historical time and it's unprecedented. So with all of these things happening in the world, how are we holding ourselves first? How are we grounding ourselves in the world, in our lives, and really setting ourselves up on a daily basis to then be able to take on the world? So I'm very interested in how you all are doing, how you all are coping with your quarantine, with some of you are probably still having to go to work if you're essential workers. And I think opening up the conversation of, or if you're considered essential workers, and opening up a conversation today of how to hold ourselves, how to support ourselves as individuals, and then taking a look at what are the opportunities that this historical situation is opening for us. What are the lessons we can take from the point of view of society? And how can we move forward with some of these lessons? So we're breaking up the time together into 3 parts. The first is grounding. Well, we're gonna root ourselves here and be here and come together from all these different places. The second part is seeding, right? Thinking about what are the thoughts, what are the ideas, what are the things that we can plant, because these are things that are coming up in our soil, really understanding what's our soil. And then the third part.
I'm sorry, you said feeding?
Seeding, planting.
Seeding, okay, got you.
Mm-hmm. Right, thinking about what are the things that we can begin to just put in the soil, the little ideas that we can in this time put in our soil so that when the time comes, they grow. Because if we've ever looked at plants in nature, they don't happen overnight. Things take time. Things take details. And it is the winter time when you actually plant the seeds that are going to come in the spring. It's the quiet when people take time to look at themselves and be in introspection. So what are the ways that we can actually look at nature and look at the natural cycles happening in the world to really make the very best of every moment that we have right now? So that the third part that we address is the lifting, so that we lift together as community, as growing people. So grounding, seeding, and lifting. Okay. I hope that you all can come and have maybe some water, something to drink and hydrate near you. And we will also be doing some writing. So if you'd like to go ahead and find a journal, find a piece of paper, even if it's a few Post-its and markers, anything that you have to jot down notes, go ahead and take a moment and bring something close to you so that you have it nearby. I'll be drinking a lot of water because that's one of the ways that I'm holding myself. And I'll do my best to get to the chat. Okay. I'm gonna stop the music for now. Okay, we're gonna begin with some movement. And I know that this is a virtual workshop and that the way that we're connecting is through a screen, and that's fine. And that's beautiful because we are together. However, that doesn't mean that in our individual spaces, we have to be kept in a box because we're actually not living in a box. So I'm inviting you in your space to stand. And if you don't feel comfortable standing, that's fine. Follow along with the movements that we're making and do the best to actually go ahead and check in with your head and your arms and as best you can, okay? But I'm inviting you, this is gonna be some movement, okay? And this is the part that's called grounding. It says it there, it was less technology, let's see, okay. You see me? Okay. Okay, so you see me, that's great. I'm inviting you to all stand shoulder width apart. And I am so happy that some of you are doing it with me, actually. This is wonderful. I'm gonna go to the whole view. I wanna share something with you. I have been training with my sisters, with my good friends, Tuesdays and Thursday mornings, 7 to 9, whenever I can make it. And we are doing a practice of Kali training, which is a Filipino combat art that is based on a system of sticks and knives and weapons. And because we can't meet in the park or meet face to face, the leader of our group began this kind of Zoom call. and is actually leading our practices just like this. And all of us get to see each other and literally like 1, 2, 3, go, go. And let me tell you, since we started, it has completely changed my week. So, all right. First, we're gonna start from the bottom up. And I want you to just check in with your toes. Feel your toes and wiggle your toes just a bit. Wiggle the toes, wiggle your toes. If your feet are inside some shoes, notice if there's space within the shoe. If you have a little brother or sister near you, you could bring them with you to participate. It's all good. We're here together. Okay, now start some movement and lift your left and your right knee. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now on your knees, I want you to take your hands and give a little massage to the part of your knee that's right above the bone. There's a little like soft part right above the bone. And just give it a little massage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you can move your knees. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I have it look silly. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we're gonna raise this energy. And now we're beginning to move our hips. So you can keep moving your knees. 1, 2, but now kind of exaggerate the movement around the hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, hip is a big area of tension, especially if you're doing online classes, you're sitting all day. So take a little individual moment with your hips. You can move a little bit side to side and just notice a little stretch there. You can definitely lift your arm for an extra stretch if that feels good. Other way. And lift your arm for an extra stretch. Yes, I love seeing some people invited. Others, this is wonderful. Okay. And do a little round. Okay, now that we've checked in with our hips, we're halfway there. Go to your waist. And I want you to suck in your stomach as if you were like taking all the breath in so that you can feel your muscles. Ready? So just suck it in. 1, 2, 3, and yeah, and like really, really feel the muscles in there. This is actually an exercise that my husband, who's a trainer, taught me. Instead of doing sit-ups on the floor, you can actually suck in and almost do some pressure if you feel your muscles. You feel that a little bit? All right, so now we are more than halfway there. Remember, posture is actually not so much about the back as it is about having a strong core. So when you check in with your stomach, you're also supporting your back. All right, so let's go to the chest. And chest, any of you seen the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air or the muscles in? Dun, 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 on it, jump on it. Yes, I see some of you. That's awesome. So in that same respect, when you actually, there's a way to isolate your chest. So we do this in dance and we do this in theater. When you go left, right? And you want to keep the rest of your body kind of planted. So you can bend your knees just a little bit, right? And then you go right, left. Yeah, it's almost like there's a socket in your chest that you're actually taking apart. Okay, and now front, back. Nice, yes, I love that. Front and back. Very nice, and come back to center. Okay, so now We've checked in with our chest. Now it's time for our neck. We want to be really delicate in the neck area because especially if you have lots of tension here, the neck is connected to the spinal cord. So we hold a lot of tension, especially here in the lower part of the neck. And actually, Native Americans say that it is in the lower part of our neck that we hold a connection to spirit, a deep connection to spirit. So there's a lot that gets held in the different parts of our body. So the way that we're going to do that is, and you see I just came down to my knees to be a little more level, but you can stay standing. But you're going to move your head to the right, and we're going to very gently just to the right. Like for me, I notice I have some tension, so that's good for me. I'm just going to like stay there for a couple moments. 1, 2. And what I notice is, actually, if you're close, for me, I notice tension here, and look what my shoulder's doing. It's going up right away, right? So I want to check in on that part and see if I can just breathe and relax my shoulder. And then maybe the next time when I go down, it doesn't go up, right? So any place that you notice tension, I want you to breathe and imagine that the breath is going directly to that place. So now I'm going to go to left. Yes. Okay. And again, I notice my own shoulder tension, so I'm going to just breathe into that. And I'm going to do it again. Very nice. Now we're going to do rolls where I'm going to come down and do a roll all the way to the left. But I'm not going to push my head back. It's just almost like a semicircle. You see my collar? It's like going around here. So starting from the side, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and back to center, 8. Other way. Make sure not to try to be conscious, not to have your head back like that, because the neck is super sensitive, and so unless we're exercising and stretching that muscle, we can injure ourselves. So just a semicircle, and right before you get to the back, just stop. Now we're going to do the other side. Left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and back to center. Very nice. And let's get a little bit of shoulder action and a little bit vigorous, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And to the front, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Maybe some of you feel a little bit of soreness, like that good sore when you go to the gym. Maybe some of you felt a little bit of cracklies, right? So it's part of the way that we kind of stretch out. And bring both your arms up and hug yourself. Yes. And hug your head. One arm. Try it now, just one arm. And then that's like the stretch back here of this arm. And the other arm. Very nice. And bring your arms up. And now, making sure that your stomach is nice and tight, we're just going to take a little breath and exhale backwards and just go. Breathe in and go. Ready? And bring it down. Finish off with a nice clasp back here. Gently as much as you can and just stretch it out. Yes. Hands come alive, hands come alive. And get all that energy on your face. all the energy up here, all the energy go down. Excellent, very nice. Let me put the charger on. Technology also needs energy, there you go. Okay, very nice. Okay, and I want you to take a nice breath from your nose, but into your belly, open mouth and go, ah. Breathe in again and ah. And now this time take a breath in, but also breathe in with your mouth, right? As if you're breathing cool mint air on a cool day, but you have a jacket so you're not cold. And very nice. Okay, so we've checked in with our body. Hopefully we're here and a little bit more present than we were before. And I want to know, by show of hands, you can use your digital hands on the managed participants, or you can use your, if you are on video, you can go ahead and raise your hand. How many of you stretched today? Stretched your bodies? Oh, okay, a couple of you have. And then some of you have not. Okay, so some of us, this might be the first time that we are checking in with our physical body. Yes, in the day? Okay, maybe in the week. Okay, wonderful. So thank you for joining us all in doing that work. I'm gonna go ahead and take a seat and drink some water. Oh wait, no, I forgot the last thing that we do together. And this is an energizer. We do this in theater. By the way, my name is Namibia, but I'll tell you a little bit more about that later. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go through a series of counting. First from 1 to 16. And we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way to 16 on the right hand. Then we're gonna do that on the left hand. Then we're gonna do that on the right foot. Then we're gonna do it on the left foot. So 16, 16, 16, 16. Then we go down to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, 8, 4, 4, 4, 4, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1. And then wah! And we're finished. And this is gonna close out our physical energizer, but also this is a way that we channel in with each other, right? So I know, so yes, let's get ready and try to be as in sync as we possibly can with this technology. Are you ready? Let me see fingers up if you're ready. Nice. Awesome. I love seeing some of you also change your virtual background before we go on, and if some of you want to do that with your camera, you can go right ahead to where there's a little camera function. It looks like a video camera, I believe, and then near there should be something that says choose virtual background, and you can actually go to outer space or a bamboo shoot in Japan and change, it'll show your face, but change the background, and it's very fun. Peace, I'm seeing some familiar faces, this is great. Okay, we're gonna get started, ready? Starting with the right hand. And feel free to unmute yourself, by the way. I think this mutes people automatically, and I don't mean to silence people at all.
What up, Steph? What up? I have a question.
Yes, Anthony.
So we're doing like this with our hands?
We're going like this. We're basically shaking out energy, like, but we're also at the same time that we're shaking it out of our body, we're putting it into the pot. So we're also sharing it with each other. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Like we're going hard on a guitar, basically.
Like instead of a little strum, like this kind of strum, a big strum. That's right. All right, I see some people going to the moon, getting their backgrounds on. This is wonderful. Okay, 3, 2, 1. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, and 1. Good. All right, give yourself some love. Go to work. I could see you. Everybody's moving at the same time, and that is amazing considering we are in different parts of the world right now. Thank you so much for participating. And Zaina, thank you for sharing. Maybe I was your little brother. He did a great job. All right, get some water. I say it to myself. And bring it in to take a seat. Thank you all. Thank you all. That was wonderful. All right, I'm taking a look at the chat. I see some people have been doing their best to run and bike since the lockdown. Doing the best we can. Okay, so grounding is connected to being rooted with ourselves, with our body, and also with earth. And because we come into this earth with a physical body, it's really important that we always come back to it. So much of the work that we do on a daily basis is connected to our minds. We're expected to write, answer emails, make phone calls, talk to people. And a lot of our society encourages and prides the work that we do up here. And while that is such important work, we can't neglect the rest of our body, which is why I think it's really important to be able to have a conversation about how we as student leaders, as students, as daughters and sons and spouses, caretakers, we actually need to really talk about how to care for ourselves so that we can show up and really hold other people, especially during a time when many people are experiencing a collective confusion. So now that we've all joined in that time together, I want to share with you that my name is Namibia Tagrit Donadio Mejia. I am proudly an immigrant who comes from the land called Panama, which means the land of butterflies and fish. La tierra de peces y mariposas. I came on here to this country when I was 7 years old because my mother received a master's to study here when that did not exist in Panama. I also came after there was an invasion in my country, actually from the United States, and it was a very difficult time to be living in the country. And as you can imagine, moving to the United States was also very conflicting and difficult because there were many things that I had to reconcile within myself about being in a place that, of course, as a young child, I thought could be nothing but bad and evil. And so I think that part of this journey has been very important to think about not just the personal development, but what is the opportunity? Why did life bring me here? Why did I leave my land to come to this country that I thought would be all bad? And also, what and who did I find? So many years later, I'm so fortunate to be in a room with people from all over the world, such as yourselves, and also to learn that actually this country is filled with hardworking, loving people who every day sacrifice from themselves to make sure that other people are doing well. And also in a place where change has happened because of people like you. So the way that I have gone about and decided to put my little grain of sand in the world has been through focusing on political activism, human rights, through social justice and art. What this means is that I work with communities such as yourselves and colleges and also schools, as well as other places like my hometown in Hoboken, where we organize communities and work with kids, work with elders, so that they can come together and have conversations about the change that they wish to see in their communities. But more importantly, before talking about what are the things that need to be changed, really digging in and having a conversation and realizing what are the amazing things that already exist in their community. What are the tools and the resources that are already within them that make them strong and powerful? And after identifying those things, then we talk about how do we make those things grow? What do we need to do to strengthen ourselves? And then, of course, what are the things that need to be changed? So I invite us during our time together for us to check in with each other, and I'll be asking you some questions about what you think about the world. I invite you to look at things from a perspective of what do we have? What is already here that exists in our community that makes us strong? Background music. What do we already have that makes us strong, beautiful, powerful, right?
Guys, can you just repeat everything you just said?
Everything from the top. Hello, my name is Namibia. No, yes. So I want to invite you into a conversation, right? Not just one conversation, but I want to invite you into a space of thinking about yourselves, your community, and what's happening in the world around you from the perspective of strength, from the perspective of resources, and the question, who I am, who we are, what we have, and not from the perspective of who I am not and what do I need and what do I not have. Because those things exist. And after over 20 years of organizing and being part of political movements, it became very clear to me that the struggle doesn't end. There's something always to fight for. But very often we miss the very important things that are sitting right in front of us and within us, which is, who am I? What do I have? What makes us beautiful as a community? What makes us strong, right? What is already here that we can grow? Instead of always thinking about what is it that we need to fight against. Again, that happens and that comes, and when we need to fight and stand up for ourselves. But first, let's recognize what is already within. So that's the conversation, that's the kind of thinking and philosophy that I want to invite you to. And I'll share a resource with you because you're leaders. That kind of philosophy is very specific. And there are different ways to think about it. But one of the ways is called asset resource philosophy, asset mapping, rather than deficit mapping. If you recognize the word deficit, it talks about need and what we don't have. So as leaders and community organizers, how many of you have ever heard a politician or someone who comes into a community and says, hey, we want to come and help the community. We want to know what you need. By show of hands, what do we need? What do we need to change? Right? So the thinking that we need, and that is the first and main question that we have to tackle, is a philosophy that already assumes that the community you're walking into does not have. That the people that you're talking to do not know. And what I'm saying, and the philosophy that I follow, and the leaders that I follow, and the educators that I read, say, no, we have to flip this way of thinking. We need to be able to walk into spaces and ask, who is here? What do we have? What do we already know? And how do we collect all that information together to make us stronger? Because united, we are better. Do you hear what I'm saying? Okay, so what I'm sharing with you and inviting you to is not just one way of thinking, it's a tool. It's a way to walk into any space and ask the right questions so that you're coming from a place of strength. Okay, so with that, I'm gonna invite you all into some conversations. And we're gonna actually go into groups. And there's a very cool technological way to do that. But before we go into groups, I want us all to check in because I wanna know who is here. What is your name? And what are you bringing with you today? What are you carrying that is good? What are you carrying that is good? We're gonna get into the tough stuff later. But what do you have today with you that is good? So I wanna hear something about your condition right now, that somehow what's good is I'm spending more time with my little brother. I'm getting to cook a little more. I'm getting to breathe a little more. What is good is that I didn't have to go see that professor I didn't really like. Hey, I'm a professor, so be easy on the professor jokes. But, what is good? Right? So tell me what's good, community, because I want to know, and I think we all need to share out in this time of crisis, what is positive in the world? What do you have? What are you bringing with you? Okay? So I'm going to write in the chat the directions just so that some people can look. Yes, and I'm so excited. I'm seeing people that are ready. So I'm putting your name and what is good. I'm writing here, check-in. Tell me your name and what is good. And the way that we're going to do it is we're going to say it and then we're going to pass it to somebody else. Look around to see, because some people hands are already up. And then after we do all the video people, I would love to hear from the people who don't have video, but I know that you can unmute yourselves and just share a little bit your name and what is good, okay? All right. So let's start out with Anthony.
Hi guys, my name is Anthony, and one thing that's what is good in this crisis is that I'm showing more raw vulnerability in these past 17 days.
Yes.
Is that good? Does that answer your question?
Yes, and also gives me so many more questions. I'm gonna be taking some notes when you all talk, right? Because
like, I don't know if you noticed, I was like, when I was like, you were like talking, like I was writing it down on my book. Like you see right here.
yes, nice.
So I wrote day 17 and I put the tally marks. So I would like, depending on how I'm feeling in the day, I did it like the last 3 days. So this is my third day writing in the journal. So it's like, I'll either write a paragraph or a sentence and just write like items that I've learned.
Wow. Thank you so
And
much.
can I give a piece of advice real quick?
Yes.
Use brain teasers. It helped me a little bit last night. Use brain teasers.
I'm gonna ask you to link
Mute my-
that on our chat so that people can take a look at what you're talking about, right? So if there's a link or some example, you can share it on the chat after you
Yeah.
chat.
Because I saw this one, it had like 9 numbers, and then it's like there was 2 answers to the question, and it was like the answer was like it's in alphabetical order, and it only shows numbers 0 through 9.
Thank you. All right, so now you have the mic and the spotlight. Can you share that? Pass it on.
Let's go to
Feel free to
Tiana.
raise your hand, y'all. Whoever's on video.
Tiana.
Okay. My name is Tiana, and one good thing I'm bringing with me today is positive vibes, positive energy. So I'm feeling serenity, and hopefully others can feed off of that.
Thank you. Tiana, can you pass that on?
Sure. I'm gonna pass that on to Sandra. It is definitely your time this week, girl. This is something simple.
I knew you was gonna say that. I was getting ready. Hi, my name is Sandra. I think we're still checking our name. And something good I'm bringing with me, I have no idea. But on that note that Anthony said, I lost 4 pounds, so I guess that's good. I'm bringing good vibe, and that's pretty much it. I'm gonna pass it on to Zaina.
Wow, Sandra. Hi, my name is Zaina. I don't know what I'm bringing.
Hey, Zena.
Zaina, I can't hear you.
You can't hear me? Do you hear me now? Hi, my name is Zaina. I don't know what I'm bringing. I can't hear no one.
Because we're all muted, that's why.
Yeah, I don't know. That's it.
You have to pass it on, Zaina.
I'll pass it on. I pass it on to Noha.
Hi everyone, my name is Noha. What is it? What I'm bringing is positive vibes and patience. I think being patient is like right now, and figuring out how to deal with things is something that we all need. And I pass it on to Shayna.
Can you hear me? Yeah? Because I can't hear you guys. I bring my dog. He's been, how you say it, he's been my rock. He's been helping me throughout this whole transition, staying at home in quarantine, right, baby? And also I bring in community. There's a couple of Hostos students that live in my building that I've been checking up on. And we are in contact, just making sure that everybody is good. Everybody has, you know, the things that they need, the essentials. And I just bring lots of love. And can you hear me?
Yes, perfectly.
Oh, okay. So yes, lots of love and peace, because that's what we need right now. because we're just going through something that is kind of traumatic in a way. My sister, she's right now in the front lines. She's a nurse, so she's dealing with a lot of these patients that have the sickness or the illness, and it's really hard. So a lot of patience, love, and making sure that everybody is okay. So I pass it on to Yanira. You hear me? Yanira.
Hi. Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, my name is Hi Prince. I'm sorry. Hi. My name is Janita, and what I bring is understanding since we are living in a moment that um, everybody's going crazy. I'm having a lot of anxiety, so I'm trying to deal with this situation and understanding everybody's position, basically. This being said, I pass it on to Isabel. Isabel?
Isabel.
Then if not, I pass it on to Mohammed.
Is Isabel Galaxy 8?
Good afternoon. May peace be upon everyone. My name is Mohammed. What I bring to our conference is an inquisitive mind wanting to learn. I pass it on to Jason.
I'm here, but I'm going to pass along to, didn't speak it.
There's no passing here. There's no passing here.
By the way, if you don't have a mic, Isabel, you can type it and we'll read it.
Also, if there's somebody that wants to check in and just type because they can't share by voice, that's cool too. Who are we on? Who are we on right now?
All right, Estelle, your turn.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes.
You can hear me?
Yes, everyone can hear you. We're just muting for respect to hear you speak. That's
you can do like this. If you
yeah, that's what we did too. But we don't know if you can
I didn't see you. Okay.
Yeah.
So what was the question? Was it what is good or what you're bringing? I just want to make sure I'm answering the correct
Your name
question.
and what is good.
Okay.
Or what that is good.
Okay. So my name is Estelle Ngambi. Hey everyone, it's good seeing you. All right. So what is good? Something that I discovered about myself within this short time that we have gone, into confinement, isolation, whatever it is that I discovered that I'm not a work at home person. I'll be miserable if that ever happened. So it was a good thing that I found out that about myself. And the other thing is I've been doing a lot of self-reflection and taking care of myself. And also I reflected on my family. It just made me sit down and think how this life is so fragile, and therefore we need to do like our best and just take care of one another in a good way, be gracious if we can. So it has been a lot of reflection on my side. Yeah, and I've been doing some traditional cooking, the food from Zambia, my country. So my children are like, yeah, mommy. I'm like, yeah, right. So names. That's what I can say.
Stop,
Hi.
pass it on.
Oh, I'm not supposed to see the names. Participants. Okay, let me see. I don't see all the names. Where do I go?
Stefan, you ready?
Okay.
Hi, everybody. How's everybody doing? I'm Stefan. I'm sure everybody knows me here. I'm not a stranger here at all. What am I bringing? That's a good question. I didn't know we had to bring something. So I'd say empathy, because given the times, we do have to be empathetic to everybody. There's a kind of a lot going on, no matter what socioeconomic situation you are. Traditionally, we're all falling in the same situation. And I think a little bit of understanding goes a long way. So, just keeping positive, and just, like I said this to Jason the other day, I think seeing the situation as something to reset us and then prepare for what's going to be after. Because, like, regardless of what we think now, life is not going to go back to normal, what we knew before this event. So how are we going to utilize this time to continue developing as a leader and then move forward? So that's what I got. Was I supposed to pass it on? I'm sorry.
Yes, you were supposed to pass it on. Call on someone's name.
I am so sorry. Everybody, Jason, and that's it.
He did say he didn't bring anything, so duh.
I really didn't. And the person that just responded to me could speak. I mean, the person that,
I already spoke. Anthony nominated me.
Okay, cool,
so
cool.
You have
Not a problem. See, I'm sorry, guys. I'm working while I'm on the Zoom session. Nuha.
She was already
I
called.
spoke. I can pass it to Kenya.
I think you can call Stephanie.
No, I got somebody.
How are you doing this?
Layla's there, yeah.
Layla. I pass it to Layla.
All right, so it's good now.
Your mic. Unmute. We cannot hear you.
Layla, you have you. Okay, yeah, she got it.
I just came, so I'm not sure what you guys are talking about.
Just say your name and then something that's good for you that you've been going, or something that you want to say that's good for you.
I like to be at home, but it's different when you have to and you're forced to, you can go out.
Yep.
But I was thinking about this, like when you go to the beach and the ocean is really tough and the waves are like pushing you. So you have two options. You start fighting with the waves, trying to get into, or you just go out, like down to the wave. I don't know how to say, and you go to the other side, and suddenly you're just there. So we can keep thinking like, oh, this is terrible. Look, we have many cases. This is worse than China. Blah blah blah. We can pick our thoughts. We can choose what to do. We fight the situation, or we just enjoy it. Like, oh, so it looks like I'm having 2 more weeks of vacation. What am I gonna do? So let's plan something. So that's what I'm doing. I decide that this is a vacation, that I'm gonna read a book that I wanted to read that I haven't, because I'm always really busy. So okay, so I'm on vacation now, and otherwise I'm gonna feel like I was feeling at the beginning. I was really stressed. I couldn't sleep, crying the whole day, and then it's like, okay, so I'm not fixing anything. Nothing's gonna change if I feel bad. So let's choose to feel okay, and that's what I'm bringing.
Thank you. Okay. Just a couple.
Layla, call on somebody else.
Somebody else. It says Sandra.
Sandra spoke already. Call on Sarah or Jamal or Saba.
Isabel or
Isabel. I don't think she spoke yet. Is Isabel there?
We have other people at the bottom.
Okay, well,
Kenya's
there's other
there.
people.
Well, what we can do also is, if everyone that's on screen has gone, just start going ahead and hearing from people that haven't gotten to go and that are willing to share their voices. I know tech is a funny thing. So I'm gonna just,
Kenya, you wanna go?
maybe we'll call on some folks.
Can I speak?
Yes.
Of course, yes.
Hi, my name is Sarah, and I just want to say that we know that's so hard for all of us. It's hard for me because I miss school, I miss my friends, family. But like the only thing, as everyone is saying, we have to be patient for this so we can go through this together. Like the only solution we have now is just to sit and wait and just to do things, I don't know, that we used to love to do when we never used to have time for that. Like sitting home. So that's what I think.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
My name is Sabah Hadi. What's good is that we learn how to be more patient and that we spend more time with our family and to be with you in this chat. Thank you.
Didn't Stephanie talk?
Not yet.
Stephanie, you want to go ahead and talk?
Hear me?
We can't hear you.
You can?
You're just a little low. Just talk a little bit louder.
Okay, my name is Stephanie. Something good I bring, patience and positivism, I think, believe. Something good that I've got the time to spend with my family and with my little brother and teaching him and stuff. So yeah, that. Thank you.
Sabrina shared something in the chat. She said, hey, my name is Sabrina. Something I'm bringing in is hope, because especially at this time, we need to feel that everything is okay and just go along with it. Hopefully, we'll get back to our normal lives soon. LOL.
Thank you so much, Sabrina, for writing that and for reading. Excellent. Okay. I know we may be missing a couple of people, but is that everyone that?
Sabi, I think, Sabi and Krishificent, those two still haven't said anything.
And Kenya.
Yeah, and Kenya. If any of you three guys are there and want to say something.
I think Sabi is Sabrine.
Yeah, I think so too.
Oh, you know what? You're right. Sabi is Sabrina. Sorry.
People are checked in multiple streams, yep.
Yeah.
So is that everyone?
I guess everyone that could connect. Kenya unmuted herself. I think she's gonna share.
Yes, I'm ready. I just want to know if you all can hear me so I can, I'm sure.
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So my name is Kenya Arson, something that I'm bringing today, I will say positivism and support to my family in this, pandemic outbreak that is driving everybody crazy, and, we all need to stay home and stuff. Yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Okay. Wonderful. Thank you so much for
So
sharing.
to someone in the chat, I'm trying to see if they're gonna unmute themselves and say something.
Okay, guys can hear me? Everybody can hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Yes, we can.
Sweet. Okay, good. Not happy about that. Okay, so my name is Chris Nipson, and one thing bringing to into this chat, the Zoom chat is motivation, because pretty much everybody's bringing the hope they explain see and what they want to bring is motivation. And motivation is like to help us push you through this epidemic, this crisis that we're going through of the virus. So what that I'm bringing in is motivation and passion and resilience. That in time of crisis we're able to be together with management and time management to make sure that the best okay for explaining the reasons and have passion, compassion, and most importantly, motivation, because you want to push yourself into a higher level. There was a 4, there were 4 was like a 5 or a 6, it could be to a 10 or 15 or 100. So that's what I'm bringing. So yes.
Thank you so much. Okay, so I really appreciate all of your input. I know that check-ins can take time, and I think that it's very, very important to be able to take time to hear from everyone that is willing to participate, especially that we're in different places. So this is part of how we build community. And I think that, you know, we're doing a workshop for you, but also part of the way that I am facilitating and sharing this workshop is I'm gonna also tell you a little bit about what I'm doing and why. And my intention in doing that is that in addition to this being a workshop where you can learn and be good with yourselves, the idea is that you are all being even more equipped to be leaders in your community, and that is in your school, in your family, in your church, in the area, in your neighborhood, with your friends, in the world. So my intention in sharing some of these things is I'm going to be doing something and also say, hey, this is behind the scenes of what I'm doing, and this is what it's called, and this is why. Because tomorrow or next week, maybe some of you want to facilitate a Zoom session. Maybe there are some people that you know that you could use having time together with a conversation. Or, you know, you'll find yourself facilitating a workshop sometime in the future, and that's part of the work that I do. It's coming to communities, bringing them together to dialogue so that they can create something better. Sometimes that creation looks like art. Sometimes the creation looks like a legislation, a policy that they want to put forth in the school senate, for example. Creating is an artistic process, but the main idea is that we make something out of nothing. And many, probably, very likely many of you can share the experience of what it's like to make something out of what seems like nothing. But I want to also affirm that when we have ourselves, there's no nothing, because there's so much inside of us, and there's so much inside of our communities. So, okay. Thank you once again for sharing your voice. And now I'm going to be asking you a couple of questions. And let's do a little background. So what we have right now is a time that some people are saying, you know, in the time of the corona, and it's not to dwell so much on what's happening, but I do want to be able to kind of set our context in what we're talking about. None of you are strangers to the isolation and the deep crisis that is happening. However, I also know that many of you have probably found different ways to cope, and you have already shared how personally you're already bringing something that's good into the space. So I want to share a little something of the work or the ways that I've been feeling in getting support from my community during this time. Many people see me, and thankfully, as someone who usually has lots of ideas in my community, of my friends, of my school. And sometimes people who have ideas and start to do things are seen as leaders, which is wonderful. But the downside of that is that sometimes as leaders, we don't feel so much like leaders. We don't feel so much like the person with the idea. And maybe we have periods where we don't feel as capable of holding, right? And sometimes we feel like maybe we need to be held ourselves. So when this first broke out, a little bit of story time, I had a moment where I said, oh, well, okay, we have to be in isolation online. I know how to use online tools. I'm gonna share a guided meditation with my friends, with my community. You know, about 100 or so people look at my stories and we exchange on a daily basis. So I'm gonna share something that I know, a guided meditation to help people. And then I said, I'm gonna do it, you know, tomorrow at 3:30, everybody, people, whoever wants to come join. What happened tomorrow at 3:30? I had something of an anxiety attack. And I felt like I needed to go outside to get some sun and do something, get a massage, you know, roll around the floor. But I saw myself in a position where I didn't feel like I had the strength at that time to hold other people. So I saw myself with a choice. I'm already an educator, and for work, you know, it's all about holding and facilitating space. And in that moment, I thought, you know what, there's so much change going on. I think that what I need to do is go get some sun, go buy some fresh food, and see if I can get a massage or something, you know, like. And so I canceled the guided meditation, which on the one hand brought forth a lot of guilt, right? Because I said I was going to do something to help. And on the other hand, I knew that it was something really important that I needed to do for myself. So what I did was I canceled the live, and then I went online and I said, well, who else is doing this? Am I the only person that can provide this? And actually, no, there are some incredible people that are using this time to share tools with community. And so instead of doing it myself, I started posting and sharing some people that are doing these guided meditations. Okay, so that was the first day. And then the next day, I felt better. I was a little bit more grounded and centered. And I decided that I wanted to share something after all. But instead of this guided meditation, what I ended up doing was I picked up a book from my shelf and I read a poem that always inspires me. And it's called Ithaca. And it talks about a journey of being on the road and not looking to be at the final destination, but actually enjoying the actual journey, enjoying the questions. So all I did was I read a little excerpt and I put it on Instagram Live. How many of you have Instagram or use some kind of social media like that? Facebook, few of you. Okay, you're familiar with the live function? Yes? Okay, so I turned on the live and I said, hey everyone, so I apologize about the other day, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna read this poem, which is something that has gotten me through really difficult times. Read the poem and then I started talking a little bit about it. Little did I realize that as I talked, I started then talking about my own journey as an educator, as a professional, and how that poem had really helped me. What resulted was a bit of a therapy session for myself, to be honest, and something that I feel like ended up bringing value to my community. And so I found another way to show up that was something very small, but that people actually ended up enjoying. And then it became a thing. I'm like, well, maybe I'll read a poem a night. So I share that because I'm posing to you. You're gonna go into breakout groups. And I want to know what is something that you have within you that is good, that you can share, that you are doing to support yourself, or that you would like to do and give to community. And I'm gonna share a couple of examples first. So I'm gonna share my screen with you. and share some of the ways that communities have been really helping and supporting each other during this time. So for one, you remember that I said that I shared some meditation that wasn't mine. So there's a woman that I follow online. Her name is Rebecca Baruki. She's a mom, she's an author, she's a doula, and does guided meditations. And she has been sharing daily meditations to combat anxiety. Meditation for healing, meditation for kindness, meditation for fear. And if you go to her Instagram page and go to her posts or her IGTV, you can see her actually sharing those meditations for people to do. And it's free of charge. Another example is food. I'm going international now because I know many of you have family that's from other places, and we heard Estelle, she's been cooking up, you know, her own food from her homeland. So think about this. I have a cousin, her name is Lorena. And my cousin in Panama has actually been sharing a recipe. She's a professional chef. Actually, she was on Top Chef Panama edition. And so what she's been doing is she's been sharing recipes about what you can do at home. And though she normally does this, she's been doing more specifically ones that you can do right during this time of quarantine. And she's sharing these recipes for free. And she does a step-by-step how to do this. Okay, so what else? Did you know that Broadway closed down? So I teach a theater course at BMCC, and all of my students were really, really excited to go see a show every week or every month and discuss it together. Unfortunately, due to the crisis, these shows have closed down. There's a theater called the National Theater that is very known around the world, and they've decided to respond to this crisis by doing this. The National Theater is going to live stream a play for free every Thursday night. So from now, if you see this article, from now through the end of April, every Thursday night, we can come from home and just tune in to a production, a live play that they have already filmed. And this is something that through the National Theater, we wouldn't have had access to were it not for this particular crisis. I'm also taking part of some live yoga. Some friends of mine are reading books, children's books out loud. And so what I want to share is that people are coming together during this crisis and finding ways to share what they love and what they're good at and share tools of strength with community. Some are free, and some people are saying, hey, I teach Pilates. I can do a Pilates class, and here's my Venmo and Cash App. If anybody wants to donate to my cause, you know, I would appreciate it. Cool? So what your challenge is, and I think I'm sharing screen. Let me stop sharing. Your challenge, if you choose to accept it, is in your groups, I want you to discuss two things. One, what is, well, actually a few things, and I will type up the questions for you, but discuss what is good and what is good that can be shared. So one of the ways that you have been grounding, thank you so much. My husband is supporting me here as well. I'm telling people, pull up with him. Hi. They say hi. What is one, let me see. What is good? Oh, good, I wrote notes. What am I doing that I can do to care for myself and ground myself every day? I want you to discuss that, right? Let's see, what are you doing to Hold on. Actually, I can share the screen. Technology. Hold on. Here we go. Can you all see the whiteboard?
Mhm.
Yay, okay. So let's see. What am I doing? That is, oops. It's not perfect. It's not perfect. Technology is not perfect. Oops. What am I doing that is helping to ground me during this time? And remember, when we're talking about grounding, we're talking about strengthening, energizing, you know, making sure that we're here, we're rooted, and we're feeling good and strong. So what is one thing that I'm doing to help ground me during this time? You're going to share that out. 2, what are people I know or others doing to offer support to community? So for this part, I want you to check your cell phones, go online, and you're gonna do a quick, you're gonna do like a quick little research about what things are going on. What's a food program that's happening? What's a way that your school has responded? You know, what's your neighbor doing to support? You can use your own information or just do search online so that we can find out a little bit about what's some of the good things that are happening, right? Hey, there was no Wi-Fi, so Spectrum offered free Wi-Fi for students. Do you see that? That's the idea. We're gonna do a little bit of community research. And then the third question, 3, is now, what can we do to offer something positive for our community? And of course, you can define community as your family, your neighbors, your friends, your religious, right? Your church, your school, the whole world if you want. But communities are different groups of people that you feel a connection with. Before I break you out into groups, you literally will only see the talking heads of a few people in your group. Do you have any questions or a way that I can clarify what we're gonna do together? Would anybody like me to clarify anything here? Or are you feeling clear about this?
Can you just say what number 3 is? Just because on my screen, I can't see the rest of what you wrote.
Absolutely. I'll open it bigger.
Thank you.
Okay. And if you want, you can maybe take a picture of the screen so that you have it, and then I'll also work on getting it in a different format. I see somebody wrote in the chat. Oh, and I could definitely share some of the resources about, I see somebody asked the question about the meditation page. I've got a couple of good meditation people. But again, this is our opportunity that we're gonna then share out and create one document where it's our own resources, yeah? Good. Oh, am I blocking this? Okay, good. So good. This is our challenge. Let's see. And we're gonna break out into groups, and you're gonna have I think should have about 2, 4, 6, 10. Let's say start with 10 minutes, and if we need, I would say 10 minutes for discussion, right? Discuss these 3 questions in your groups to make sure that everybody gets a chance to share, and then make sure that in the last 5 minutes you move to taking some notes. You make sure you're doing some of the research, and get ready to present out, because that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna share out. You can take notes on your like written notes, or there are also ways to somebody create a document and you start putting it all together. Actually, I'm gonna work on that document too. Good? Can I get a thumbs up? Hands up? Nice. All right. Jason, are you gonna be participating in a group?
If you need me to.
If I'm just, you can, but also you can, I can make you co-host and you can pop into a bunch of different groups if you'd like.
Sounds good.
Okay. Sounds, all right. I got it. Taking a picture of my own screen. Stop share. Okay. 10 minutes. And I'll be popping into the different groups. Is everyone in a group?
So we need Yanira's number in this room. Because she can't. Yeah, because she's listening on her phone. So her phone is one of the
Yes, Jason, and I see that, so you're counted as 2 people in this group.
Me too, yeah.
And I made you co-host, but I can only make you a co-host for some reason on one of the accounts, the one where your picture is.
Okay, that's fine.
So you should be able to, I think, go ahead and visit the different rooms.
Okay.
Let me know. Let me know if that works. Okay, Yanira, so how can I help? Is it her participant ID or her participant number? Is that it?
I think she has her phone number in the main group.
Okay. What's her number?
Yanira, I don't know how to do it.
Galaxy or Samsung. I think I can move people.
Okay.
Let's see.
Oh, here I am. Okay.
Your breakout for. Okay, it's Galaxy 8. It says not joined, but now you're in this room. Does that make sense?
I think it's just her. I think her phone needs to come in here too.
Her phone's in here now.
Okay.
It just says not joined. I guess it doesn't allow for the phone numbers to be in the breakout rooms? Yeah, possible.
Here it is. Can you hear her? She can hear now. Okay, you're good.
Awesome. Really good. Okay, Jason, they may need your support in this group then.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna go and just buzz in on some other groups, okay?
Okay. I'm good.
I make it and then everybody eats and I don't eat at the end. But I have to bake.
Okay. So that calms your nerves or what? What does it do to you? Like they're reading
Like, I
Quran
feel like
every
I
day and they're
accomplished
baking.
something.
Okay.
It's like I feel a sense of accomplishment that I did something. It's not just, sitting at home doing nothing. It's like there's something that I put myself into accountable and I can do it at the end of the day.
Sense of accomplishment. Okay. Great. Anyone next? How many are we? 4, 3?
4.
Before. No, we more.
No, in a group. She divided us in groups.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hi.
Yes. Hi. So go ahead, Kenya.
Best friend is from Panama as well.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. I'm here buzzing in. I get to go in and out of different groups, so I'm just...
Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I would say that's something that...
It's keeping you grounded every day. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm grounded every day is that first, I love baking.
Okay.
Just yesterday I started doing a choco flan. It's a flan mixed with chocolate. I love that. And another thing that I really started doing that I didn't, I wasn't really good at before is watching the news. Because sometimes before all these pandemic outbreaks start happening, I just had time, to hear my mom what she saw on the news. But right now I have the time. I can go and take my notes, read a book, and watching the news, because there's a lot of information that I can get through the news. And now that I have the time, then, I can take advantage of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you feel like this one is balancing you more at this time of crisis, like to calm you down and stay focused?
Yes, absolutely.
Who else is in our group?
Actually have done some of the it's recording us. Okay. He actually have done some of the so he did like a workshop for us at Hostos, and he published, I think he just published a book, but he published multiple books. And right now he have this page on Facebook where he's helping people to if they want to publish their own books. So and he's doing it for free. Like he's helping them, like, because I was like myself, because I was saying that I'm trying to write a book myself, and I was like, I don't know what to do. So he was like, okay, no problem. All this group I created, I have people, like trying to explaining to them how to do it and guiding them through it. So I think I think that's should be one. And I also have a friend sometimes that like we sometimes in my church, the young people, like every church Sunday we put together, we go to the nursing home, we pray with the older people, we sing with them, like, just to like help them relieve whatever stress that they're going through. So I don't know if that would count as the community thing. So.
Yes, that counts. What you mean? That totally counts, Sandra.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, I commend you for doing that, girl. Our elderly people do the same too. I got grandmas and grandpas, and I would love it if the church was doing like if the youth in their church was doing that for them. I would love that. I would be down for it. I would be like, come in, please, guys. You guys want some cookies, some milk?
Hey y'all, how's this group doing?
We're doing fine. We've answered all the questions. It's just not everyone is able to utilize the mic, so we've been using the text option.
Oh, okay. Thank you for still sticking with it.
Oh, no problem.
You all doing all right?
Yes, we answered all the questions, and we're currently speaking about other things that people can do during this tough time.
Oh, wonderful. And one of you will kind of share back?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. Thank you so much. I'm buzzing around the different rooms.
All right. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Welcome.
Three, you're on the line. How can we help you?
My bad.
Welcome to our house. Hello.
Of course I get played with me and Layla. This is normal.
Thank you.
This looks like the party group.
The reunion.
The reunion tour. Thank you. Thank
Three
you so much.
amigos are back.
What's going on, everybody? I'm so sorry. I'm working while I'm actually online, so I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry.
Okay, so I have the 3 questions. So was anybody talking so I don't interrupt anybody? I'm sorry. Okay, no? The 3 questions Namibia asked.
Can somebody fix their mic? I think somebody has something close to the receiver.
Anthony, stop with the mic. That's okay. Just lower
If
the
you have something next to the receiver, it's going to make that noise.
lower the volume, baby. Dale, Stefan, the question.
I'm gonna assign somebody to your group. Somebody that just walked in. It's Lily Amel.
Lamel, yeah.
I'm sorry for that person already. It's a joke because we know each other and we're crazy together.
I know, it's a party room. I can tell. I already. Good. Have fun.
So dale, Stefan. Lead the
Yes.
conversation.
Okay, yes, Captain.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
You just said how long that probably may take.
I don't know, but yes or no?
Oh, yes.
Okay, cool. I'll text the person after text. Thank you. Okay, so the first question is, what am I doing that is helping to ground myself during this time? Question number 1. Layla, please share.
I'm meditating.
Layla is meditating. Anthony.
What's the question?
What are you doing to ground yourself during this time?
Like to compose myself?
Yes, sir. Yes, senor. Si, senor.
Oh, I don't know. I take it like day by day. Like every day it's a different story. So every day I have to change my strategy. Like I can't use the same strategy in the same week.
Okay, so what did you use today? What did you do today? What did you do this morning?
Let me see. What did I do this morning? I woke up, I went out for a run, that was it, or I went for a walk. Um, I played some video games, and then like I just came here like later on after I did my second run. So it's like I'm trying to distract myself as much as possible because this is getting on my last day, and I cannot deal with this for another couple of months.
Okay. So we have meditation for Layla. Right, Layla? Am I good? Okay, meditation for Layla. Anthony, it's going for walks, running, playing video games, and
Said I pull back. I want to be by myself. I just want to do. Yeah, I can't. It makes it worse. So what I've been doing, like even with the phone, I've been receiving like messages, Corona, this. I say I know I don't. Otherwise, I'm not gonna come back to myself.
Right.
So I just try to.
That's understandable because sometimes like I want to be by myself. Like today, I had my phone off and I was with my father. And I don't want to like, okay, yes, I got it. I understand. We have this virus that's going on. I'm worried about my sister who's a nurse and she's out there doing what she has to do, you know, and to protect, you know, or to cure, you know, the patients and stuff like that. So just imagine, you know, all the stress that is going on with me. But I just at least have a couple of people that I'm close with that I like to just communicate with. It doesn't have to be like a whole lot of people, you know, just one or two people that you can share certain things with, because I could only share a couple of things with one or two people, like personal things.
Yeah, I hear you.
Not with everybody.
Yeah.
So, you know. So the next question is, what are people I know or others to offer support to their community?
Yeah, what are they doing to offer support to the community?
So there is, do you guys ever heard of Michael Blake? Michael Blake, he's a, what is that? Not a senator, like a community leader in this, he's a community leader. Mm-hmm. So what he's doing is he's feeding, I guess the community. So right downstairs where I live in the community building, every single day, they've been giving out food, but really good food. So that's a good thing. So he's been reaching out like that. How, you know, because at this time, children, parents, people, they lost their jobs, kids are not in school anymore, so they haven't received a meal. And sometimes kids need that. Kids need the meal from school because maybe they don't have it. You understand what I'm saying? At home. Not a lot of people are well off. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Anyone else? Do you know anything?
I would like to share that something that my community is doing is I forgot the name, but it's one of the professor in my old high school. They are providing food for all the people from Monday to Friday. And I know that because my father, he used to go to school to take English classes, so he is helping them.
We do to offer something positive for our community. So what can we do ourselves to offer something positive to the community?
Well, where's my face?
Oh, your background got messed up, Sandra.
I see that. My eyes
Nice.
are green. Oh my gosh. What we can do? Oh, that's disturbing me. But anyways, what we can do is that we can offer our help. We can find out like which area is struggling with with something that we can provide. Let's say if I'm coming from school and I see my community is dirty, you know, I can just, hey, get up one day and just pick up a bag and say, I'm gonna clean my community. By me doing that, other people are gonna see what I'm doing and be like, oh wow, we never thought of it that way. So that, I guess that's gonna be providing to the you know, the community, and people will also learn something from it and take something from that, because you know, no one was really seeing that. So So yeah.
Can you just repeat that again? Just the last two parts that you said. Just writing thing.
I said that something. Wow. I said that I will provide. Let's say if my community is dirty, I would just start doing it. Even if I don't see anyone doing it, I'll stand up and take initiative. And when other people see that I standing up and do it, they will probably be like, "Oh wow, we never thought of it that way, and we're gonna actually come with you and help you take a chance for the community." Because not a lot of people serve their community. At times, we have to serve our community first before we go serve other places. It
Yeah.
starts with us, our home, where we are. That's where we start.
That was
I
good, Sandra.
agree with
Thanks for
you
sharing that.
100%. I agree with Sandra said because we can, that way we can also help, like, you know how the people who cleans the streets, like we also can help them by doing that,
Sanitation workers.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we, that way we can also help them more. And, you know, we know our neighborhoods more than I think they do because, you know, we live in that neighborhood. So, yeah.
The new ways that we are living, right, is like kind of accept mentally and I'm not. Hello?
Yeah.
Yes, you can still talk. I can hear you, and Jason as well can hear you also. You can still talk.
Oh, okay, just it's the way that I see it. It's helping people to adapt to this new life, virtual life.
I agree. And for me, when I came to, it's like a little backstory. For me, when I came to Leadership Academy, I never thought that I could like make great friends. And last year, I never came to any of the workshop. I never came. But after I came to the first workshop, which is this year, and go to Albany for the first time, go Albany for the second time, to someone's conference where I make actually great friends. And seeing how Jason has really worked hard to make it all happen. And the first time I see him cry over the Zoom, the first meeting, that was to me it touched me because we should help us as a community is difficult because me I'm a ladies man and if I have a friend who's a girl I want to hug her and tell her I'm missing on camera but I can't because of the virus of how people get sick with the illness and it's
Yeah.
difficult but seeing
Yeah.
how we're able to like come in together through tablet or the phone or the computer we sit together not physically but virtually so that what impact me so seeing you talk seeing I talk seeing Jesse talk seeing much everybody talk leadership academy us being together at the time of crisis we has touch so that I can say so yes.
Mm-hmm.
I still think we all need like to work on a way to get us to have a group hug, something. Human connection, real human connection. I don't know.
Well, back to the questions. Sorry.
Yeah, and then maybe you want you to have something that you're going to do within the next 2 weeks.
I'm sorry?
Namibia posted that she wants you to have something that you're going to do in the next 2 weeks.
Oh, sure.
Hi y'all. I'm buzzing in. I came in for some of that. Jason, I want to contribute into the group. I saw this amazing exhibit at the Jewish Museum this summer about this singer named Leonard Cohen. And what your suggestion just reminded me of was this beautiful part of the exhibit where they invited us to come lay down under microphones. And we could both hear people humming a specific part of a song, and at the same time, we were invited to hum it. And so when we hummed, our humming would become part of this larger recording. So it was like we could hear the humming, but we were also adding to the humming and to the recording, everybody that hummed. And human
That's nice.
connection, the vibration, that's real. So that's an interesting thought, and maybe not as far out as it might seem. So I'm going to pop out because I'm going to start getting people back to our rooms, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Let's see.
Chris. As
Yes.
Jason, as we are group number 4, I vote for Jason to be the speaker of this.
No, why don't you just take the idea and speak on it?
No.
Thank you, Jason.
I vote for Jason. What do you say?
Okay, Jason is this.
Okay,
Jason,
Jason
you
it
be the
is.
speaker. Chai.
Okay. So we're looking together, group hug, right?
Yes. As always, yes. I'm going. Okay, guys, I'm going to see you in the other.
Stefan, you're sideways.
Unmute the mics.
And we're back. I kept doing that to myself. I thought I was unmuted.
Caller 7, you're on the line.
You all can unmute yourself. The chat automatically mutes everybody when we come back to me, so you can just go ahead and unmute yourself. All right, we're coming back slowly but surely. Just about everybody.
Cool.
We here. We are here.
I can see you now. Estelle, can you send me some good food?
Okay. All right, let's do it. So we're all here. We're all back in the main room. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to source what we have together. And I know that I asked you 3 different questions. And so it's time for us to wrap up and kind of put something together where we can come up with an idea. And then maybe that's something that we can go ahead and some of you can continue to work on. So long story short, let's start with group 1. And we're just going to go down. Oh, wait. You may not know that you're group 1. Were you all able to see your numbers? You were? Okay, great. So let's go. Let's start with group 1, and we'll go down the line. A little bit of, yeah, present out. Am I still sharing my screen? I'm going to stop sharing my screen.
Go group 1.
All right, group 1. Go.
Now maybe can we go to group 5 first? Just to since group 1 is taking their time.
Group 5 is the best. Let's go with group 5.
If there's a group that's ready to go, let's do that.
Okay. So do you want us to go in order of the questions, Namibia, or?
No, you don't have to go in order. Go with flow. Go with flow and just present it out in about a minute, less than a minute.
You sound really choppy when you speak, Namibia.
See what I can do. I'm gonna mute myself.
Do we each get a question?
I got you, bro.
1 or 2 people to share out what you found in the group.
Okay.
Okay. Leil, you got it?
Dale, Stefan, do the last part, please.
Okay, so our group pretty much came up with creating self-help groups. During this time, we all need encouragement, and communities and forums like this are very helpful to getting mass information out to a mass amount of people at the same time. So these groups would actually allow you to share testimony, share research encouragement, and create a safe space for others to get the information that they need and the help that they need. A couple of the groups that we know that are doing stuff, in addition to Spectrum giving free Wi-Fi, all the campuses are currently trying to give their students laptops and resources like that. The University Student Senate, they also have compiled a list of all of the resources that they've come into contact with. So we could do something like that where the list is updated daily. But there's Layla, I think, the second language speakers.
Yeah, so we thought about the group, and I say, like, what about what if we can do another group for I speak Spanish, so for Spanish speakers, like their second language is English, and sometimes it's easier for us communicating our own language, or maybe, we thought about it, and that's just because that's the language that's another language I can talk, like that's the we speak Spanish. Stefan?
Oh, sorry, so sorry. Yeah. So I do apologize. I'm watching Anthony's TV because Anthony's watching TV. Anyway, I think, like you said earlier, the resource group and obviously the help group is actually really, really, really needed at this point in time to create that community and keep people connected. I mean, I feel like the farther you are off from the people you care about and the things that, that are kind of familiar to you, the farther you kind of go into kind of depression and anxiety, and we want to avoid that for people. That's it. That's it for group 5.
Thank you so much. Okay, let's go. Next group ready? Any group that's volunteering? How about group 4? Group 3?
Which one is our group?
Jason, you could talk.
I'm Jason.
Oh, okay.
Estelle, you are, let's see, group 1.
What? I didn't know that. I would have spoken.
Let's go, Estelle.
So, group 4, we want to create a group hug somehow.
Talk about it.
All of you guys should
Yeah,
spread your hands across the screen and then like hug each other, Like, yeah, like that, and just hug each other.
I love hugs, so I'm down with this.
Make sure you're
I think,
so you're actually hugging each other.
it looks like we're choking each other.
Guys, open your hands like this. Open them like this. Don't go like this.
Yeah.
Go like this.
I mean, it's kind of like,
and make it like a little hug. You see, Kenya got the right idea. Y'all need to follow her lead.
Right?
Kenya's got it.
Hey, y'all, I'm inviting you to, if you look at the chat, there's a Google Doc. Open the Google Doc. All of you can go on it and write. So as we're sharing out, or as you're preparing to share out and listening, click on the Google Doc and go ahead and just write a quick description of what your idea is, and if there's any links or images that help contribute to that. That way, this is a document that you can collect. Jason will have it, and you know, it's something that's going to be concrete and real, not just ideas that are going to go into outer space. So, all right, let's thank you so much for that. Group 4. Let's go to group 1.
Okay, so group 1,
Oh, we're number 1. Oh my God.
telling you, we didn't even know. Pay attention next time.
Yeah, we didn't.
So with group 1, the third question, what can we do to offer something positive to community? We had I think anonymous the answer like prayers. First of all, we gotta pray like for each other, and then there was another one like give undivided listening ear. This is the time that we really need to listen to each other, even though the other person, whatever they're saying is not making sense. Just be there, like just make them feel valuable, that they're there, you are listening to them. Patient, be patient. Let's practice patient with each other. And also checking up on our friends and families, you know, just pick up a phone like, hey, I'm just checking up on you to see how you're doing. So because that human connection, we still have to feel that as human. It's you know, it's natural. So we thought those were very important in this crucial time. And then with the resources for our communities, for what we know what is happening, I think Stefan said a lot, like with the Wi-Fi stuff, like if you don't have Wi-Fi, there's free Wi-Fi given. And also there are food pantries and soup kitchens like all over New York City. I have those resources through the main teach, New York City main teach, because I'm part of it at Lehman. And they just send us the email and the list of all those resources, just in case somebody needs. I can forward that email. And also there's some money somewhere. I have also that that information if somebody needs. And they cover the other stuff about the laptops and whatnot and the calculators through our campuses. And then the other thing was what we are doing to, you know, to get ourselves grounded. Hey, ladies, you want to jump in, or you still want to talk? Come on, go in. Go in, Kenya. No, go in.
Okay, so the things that we are doing to make ourselves grounded, some of us said that we're putting ourselves accountable to a certain thing that we do each day. For me, I was saying that I read the Quran for an hour. Some of them go to a church, I think.
No, going to church you can. Social distance. You're listening to gospel preaching on TV, online.
Yeah.
And some of them, they are baking, good bakers.
And watching the news.
Yeah, watching the news and sleeping. And some of us were cooking more the traditional delicate food. So yeah, we're being kept grounded in that manner so that we don't go insane, you know, we don't go, Jason, pick up my phone. So yes, we're trying.
It's hard.
I'm doing a lot of self-reflection, self-care, like, you know, my feet, I need my feet in hot water, massage those feet. It works, it helps. So self-care.
17 days of this is enough, though.
What?
17 days of this is enough.
It depends on where you look at it, you know, just create some positive mindset, because we don't know how long this is gonna go. So if you look at it like that, you'll be so frustrated, and then you're gonna stress out everybody around you. So let's just try to embrace it and see what is it that the good thing that can come out of this.
Because every day is different. Like every day you have to change your strategy. You don't know what's the next game plan. So it's like, I gotta take it a day by day. Because each day you're gonna learn something new about yourself that you didn't know the day before yesterday or the day before.
So that's the beauty of it.
Okay, thank you so much. And actually in your group, I buzzed around and I heard Shayna say something that I found interesting. And I wanted to know if you could share what you said about Michael Blake, Shayna.
Oh, that he's giving out food to the community. He's giving out, especially downstairs in my community room, he's giving out food.
Can you share who it is?
Michael Blake.
Sorry, say it one more time.
Michael Blake. What is he? He's what is that? A part of the not Congress, like I don't know how you like
City
oh my
Council?
gosh, it's huh?
City Council.
New York State Assembly.
City Council. Yes.
Where do you live?
So, huh?
Where do you live? Where's your neighborhood? Yeah.
My neighborhood is, where the courts are, 161st.
Oh,
where
okay.
Yes, that's where I live.
Interesting. Okay, so people are getting involved, even politicians in their own way. Thank you so
Yes,
much.
and-
Okay,
you're
let's go
welcome.
on to the next group. And then, we're wrapping up. This is our last thing, folks.
I think group 2 hasn't
3?
spoken yet.
3.
3? Okay.
Stephanie and
Hello, how you doing? To answer question number one group member has stated that she reads a book to kind of like deal with this type of time. Me personally, I look to my own spirituality. I do something called Sufi meditation. To answer the second question, let me look at it. Oh, okay. So I practice social distancing. I wear gloves when I go outside. I advise people to adhere to federal and state guidelines with dealing with the situation so we can stop the spread. Another group member gave some advice that it's inexpensive and it's easy to do. Just encourage people, check on people, make sure that you're building good social relations, checking on the elderly, making sure that they're okay. And to answer question number 3, what can we do to offer something positive for our community? Kind of like what I just spoke about, encouraging people, also looking up any information and spreading information. Tiana's very good at that. And just helping people understand that even though we're in a very bad situation, there's things that you can do to be proactive and counteract. That's about it.
Thank you. Excellent.
You're welcome.
I think there's just one more group that hasn't shared out, and we can wrap up.
Sandra, unmute yourself. So Sandra and I are going to share. We're group 2.
You can start. Well,
yeah, you can start.
So to answer number 1, Sandra says she works out every day for an hour and she sings a lot. These things make her happy and they keep her sane. And then to answer number 2, what people are doing in communities to help. Sandra had mentioned that Gio, who had done a workshop at Hostos, who publishes books, is actually on his webpage right now helping other individuals publish their books for free. And he's showing them the process and how to do this. So I think that's amazing, especially for our writers out there who want to write their books and get them published. Another thing she said was she and her church youth group go around and they check on the elderly people. They spend time with them. They make sure that they're doing all right. They, talk to them just to keep them sane, cheer them up a little bit. I told her that I appreciate that service because if I had a grandmother or a grandfather, I would appreciate that as well. And that, that's something that I think is amazing. Sometimes people forget about the elderly, and I think everybody has a grandmother or a grandfather that they would want to be taken care of or looked after, so to say. The third thing, what can we do to offer help to our communities? I put, not Sandra. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Sandra said she will help clean her community and things like that. And then Sarah, she said that Rihanna donated money to hospitals to help with the relief of the COVID-19 crisis, which I thought was amazing. And also, just to go back to the first one, Sarah said she struggles to keep herself calm, but cooking helps to kill time, and it makes her feel relaxed when she cooks. Sandra, you want to go ahead?
You said everything. I don't even know what else to say.
What I said was yours and Sarah's part. I did not mention myself at all.
Hi, Tiana mentioned that, I'm sorry, my background is very noisy. Tiana mentioned that she does some, I forget the therapy name, I'm so sorry.
Aromatherapy, it's okay.
Aromatherapy at home, and sometimes she said she talked to the sun, and that keep her sane, right?
Yes.
And for I'm sorry, I'm gonna read it right now. Just give me 1 minute. The last part, okay. What can you do to offer something positive? Tiana said that she does a lot of volunteering. Right now, she says she's actually volunteering with the DACA thing, which she said she was gonna share with the group because, oh my gosh.
Actually did. I put it in the Google Forms page that Namibia shared with everyone. Basically, I've been closely working with the New York State Youth Leadership Council, and they specifically are working with the undocumented and DACA community and servicing students and things like that. So I put like a live stream list of resources that they are currently making available to basically their students and things like that, just to make sure that they're getting service and the things that they need. And if you click on the link too, it will open it and show you some of the funds that they have already started with was getting funds for them, support, education, CUNY, mental health, food, housing, internet, bill assistance, art, and wellness, which I thought was amazing because it's harder for those group of students to receive more assistance and help versus American students. And I don't want them to feel like during this process they have been forgotten about. They're very much in my heart, and I am thinking about those dreamer students and the undocumented students that hope to one day become dreamer students. And
Tiana also mentioned that at Hostos right now, I didn't even know that they allowing student in the library, like 5 students at a time, to go in if they need to do something, and they have the other students, I think, outside waiting. It's like, and for the bazaars, everything. She was saying that because Sarah was asking that if she know that if we can go to the school, and she was like, oh yeah, it's like 5 students at a time. And as you know, like Tiana is a very resourceful person, so a lot of times I feel like if sometimes you really need to know what's going on, you should hit her up and be like, yo, Tiana, what's happening? Because she seems to know a lot of things that's happening, and I really I admire that. I admire her for that. So that's the last.
Thank you, Sandra. I appreciate it. And I just want to say one last thing, because all of you guys are in this chat. If you have not already filled out the census, please do so. It is really, really important for us to get funding for our communities. We need the funding for our schools, clinics, mental health, community centers, you name it, the parks, everything and anything, the pantries that exist in your neighborhoods or districts. Just please make sure you fill out the census. If you happen to be a immigrant, do not be afraid to fill out the information. It does not affect you in any way, shape, or form. And if you want, you can reach out to me. I will help you fill it out, and I will answer any questions you have. But it is important, guys, that during this whole ordeal of the coronavirus, that we do not forget to fill out the census and register to vote, still apply to school, fill out your scholarship applications, like continue to do for you guys, it's important. I don't want any of you guys to forget that you guys are all important and that every single one of you have something that you're striding towards. Yes, we are going through this crisis, but do not forget about yourselves and your future.
Yeah, I have a quick question.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we'd like to know, because in order for you to fill out the census, do you need to wait to receive the mail? Or you can
No, you don't. You can actually do it online. And if you want, Kenya, you can just, email me your email address in the chat, and then I can talk with you from here and we can take it from there. I don't want to hold up the whole group, but I definitely got you and I won't leave you hanging.
I'm all right now. Thank you.
Yeah, of course, no doubt.
This is amazing. I'm so encouraged, especially hearing you all exchange resources to each other. I hope that you can continue to utilize each other as a resource, and maybe even, Zoom is free. We to share, to create. If one of you want to create a Zoom call and invite everybody, you can continue to do this. Bring some soda, some chips, and do a hangout session, do a music session, do a sharing out resource section for Zoom. Just keep each other posted and connected, because this is the way that not only do we create and strengthen community, but we also really support ourselves during difficult times. So I'm actually adding to the document myself. I'm putting the meditation link that I shared, and also the link to the National Theater for the free plays. So hopefully you all can go ahead and contribute. Please write everybody's name who was in your group. We're gonna close out, but just so that you can still share this document after this session closes. Write everybody who was in your group, not just the person typing it. And I'm still waiting to hear from group 1, group 3, and group 5 with your ideas, okay? So to make sure that Jason has everybody's name who contributed to today's conversation. Okay, so thank you. We're super over time, and I'm so humbled and grateful for it. Thank you. And I've learned a lot from you today. And Jason and baby girl, hi. Is there anything that you'd like to say to close out, or any instructions you have for the rest, for everybody?
Well, like I said last week, this is unique. And you guys aren't having an echo, have you?
Just a little bit, just a little bit.
So, this is unique, but it's still good to get together. This is important for us. It's important for me. It's important for the Academy. I really want to thank Namibia for doing this. Her schedule is pretty busy too. And it's not the usual type of workshop that she would be in with us and having us do all sort of theater stuff. But we're still working all that out, I guess. But, keep doing good, keep staying positive. Let's try to be a positive influence in the world. We're working on trying to have different types of meetings and different types of settings. And if you want to contribute to that, or you want my help in getting something set up that you want to do for different groups that aren't necessarily associated with the Academy, you can ask me and I'll help as best I can. But yeah, I got daddy duty to do now.
Thank you, Jason.
Hi, Marley.
She's so cute, by the way.
Hope you guys have a...
Marley.
Thank you.
The scholarship coordinator says thank you. She wants to show you this other daddy duty.
They got it from me.
Miles. Hi, Maji.
Yes, they definitely did get it from you, Maji. They got it from you.
Yeah, they're beautiful. They're so gorgeous.
Thank you. So my hands are full.
No worries, we get it,
full
boss. No
anymore.
worries.
So thank you guys again this week.
Miles.
And we'll see each other next week.
Yes,
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Namibia,
Peace,
for
everyone.
everything.
Thank you, Namibia.
Hey,
The
be
workshop.
healthy.
Thank you.
Senor Jason.
Just giving them
No.
Yeah.
Hey, boss.
Yeah.
Hey, quick
Yes.
question. Quick question.
Yes.
Can we have a private conversation about something that my process for fall 2020? Sometime next week.
Yeah, but you're on Namibia's chat right now.
Exactly. Is something wrong with your
Hi, Namibia. Sorry.
You muted. You're mute. I can't hear you.
I don't think she can talk.
Oh, so hers, I think it's acting up right now.
His name is Stefan.
He said hi, Stefan.
All right, we'll talk offline.
Okay. Bye, guys. Have a good night.
See you later. Bye, Namibia.
Bye.
Hi.
Hi, Marley. How you doing, Marley?
I think we should go out.
Yeah, wait, listen, I'm always have problem. How do I come out? No.